to our second lesson on prepositions. Last lesson we discussed and looked at how prepositions are formed and the different types of prepositions, and we had a few examples of simple prepositions. Today we're going to look at prepositions of time. Now, prepositions of time are similar to the last prepositions we were learning yesterday, but they are used in a different way. They are used just to express time and to talk about time and indicate time. So this can be months of the year, seasons, the time of your watch, days of the week, festivals, special occasions like Thanksgiving or Christmas. And today we're going to look at three main words, three main prepositions that we're going to use to make some examples of prepositions of time. And those three words are at, in, and on. At, down here, at, in, and on. Okay, at, in, and on. Now you can always tell when it's a preposition of time because it will be discussing time. But what if you want to use a preposition to express time? Which one do you use, at, in, or on? And when should you use one? Well, let's have a little look. Let's start by looking at the preposition at. At. I'm going to write it up on the board as well for you. At. Now, at is a preposition of time that is used to discuss clock times, holidays, and festivals, as I said, as well as very other specific times, like saying at night, at noon. Noon is midday. At night is often when it's dark, when we're sleeping. It still expresses a period of time. Now, let's have a look at some examples of how we would use at. So the first one is, can you meet me at 9 p.m? Let's go for a drink. Can you meet me at 9 p.m? At. Okay? Bring in the focus to the time, which is 9 p.m. Can you meet me at 9 p.m? Great. Let's have a look at another example. We always have turkey at Christmas time. We always have turkey at Christmas time. Can you see how the entire focus of the sentence, we always have turkey at Christmas time, becomes a lot more specific? We only have it at Christmas time. We always have turkey at Christmas time. Okay? Now let's look at on. 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 Now the preposition of time, on, is used to discuss certain days of the week or portions of the days of the week, or specific dates and special days such as New Year's Day, on New Year's Day, on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Day, on your birthday. Now let's look at some examples of how we will use on. I'm going on holiday next week. I'm going on my holidays next week. We always have a huge family gathering on New Year's Eve. We always have a huge gathering on New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve is the special time period, and on pushes the focus of all of this sentence to the time period of New Year's Eve. Now let's look at our third and final example today, which is in. Now, in as a time preposition is used to discuss months, seasons, years, centuries and general times of day, but also longer times such as in the past. When did it happen? In the past. But be clear that we don't just use in for the past tense. It can be used within the present and the future tense. For example, I grew up in London. I grew up in London. I grew up in London. Now, not only is this interesting, but it makes your English sentence, your grammar, a lot more specific. Think of the question, where did you grow up? Where did you grow up? You could just say London, London. But by saying, I grew up in London, not only have you made yourself a full sentence, but it's just a lot better. It's a lot more specific, and it's generally a lot politer. In English, when you just give a one-worded answer, we can sometimes think you're not wanting to talk, or you're being a little bit impolite or rude or curt, as people will say. If you're just working and someone asks you a question and you say London, it's a bit abrupt and it's a bit curt. I grew up in London. I grew up in Spain. I grew up in Russia. It's much politer. So remember that prepositions, especially prepositions of time, can be really, really important and really useful to you to help you express yourself a lot better in English. Let's recap. Prepositions of time allow you to, number one, tell your readers when things are taking place. This could be very important for business meetings, for work, for reports, for exams, for study. It's very important, but they are also vital parts of speech to use in stories as well as when writing simple communications and other items. More importantly, it just allows you to speak a lot better and understand and be understood. So there you go. I'm going to hope that you leave me some comments with using one of the prepositions that we've learnt today, at, on or in. And if you do, if you haven't got it right, I will correct it for you and explain why. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. And don't forget, share the video with anybody that is wanting to learn English or wants to improve their English. And also, don't forget to stop by my own website, Engli-teach. And if you do, there's a free book there waiting for you. All you have to do is put your name and your email address in and you can download it instantly. And it's a super guide written by me, a teacher and award-winning author, to help you learn how to improve your English or the steps you can take to start learning English in a fast, quick and responsive way. Thanks very much everyone. See you again soon. Goodbye.